So yeah, our yellow marker's in the way, so we can't nip up around that corner. I thought that was the area. I'm playing on the Xbox Series X. Other than playing on PC, this is probably one of the best ways to run one of the newer generation consoles, my original Xbox. On this part of the level, when you're not driving anywhere, you can generally keep up the game no problems. But I find when you advance further and you've got vehicles failing to stop, you have to chase them across the city, the scenery doesn't keep up and it glitches out and you have problems. Little alleyway cut through there? No, it's just a seating area for the restaurants. So in addition to that little one-way system around the Best Valley, there's another cut through that leads or runs alongside the park and then loops back round to the entrance to the PD. Just there. Keep out for those no entry signs that show you that you can't drive down those later on in the game. I think that giant head is a point of interest. Not sure if anyone's ever asked me for directions to it, but we'll go over and discover it anyway. Again, these lower level parking infringements and minor offences will fall by the wayside when you progress a bit further in the game. You'll be much more focused on drink and drug drivers and people who've got open warrants. There we go, giant head's been discovered. But it's a good way to get used to how the game operates and the equipment wheel and things like that when you're first starting out. So all the vehicles seem to be facing in the correct directions on these stretches. Doesn't look like that. No, it's perfectly valid. Oh! So what we might do is nip across to the walk up through the one-way system here and see if there are any vehicles committing any traffic violations up here. Quite sparse for car parking this particular occasion, but I guess bottom line is we've already issued a few parking tickets. And they serve to get as many points as possible. The more points you get this early part of the game, you'll progress much more quickly through the first couple of stages, and it'll unlock the bits you need to do other things. Let's have a cross the road here and see if we lose any points for what they would call a jaywalking. No, good, because there's no cross points. There's a car parked on the pavement up by the Chinese restaurant up there. You can see Andre's Bakeries are dotted around. They haven't given the opportunity to go in and buy donuts yet, which is very disappointing. And there we go, what can you do? There we go, point of interest, Andre's Bakery. This vehicle's parked legitimately. Close enough to the curb, I would say. And looks like the tag's in date. That one's up on the pavement there. So further on in the game, you'll find vehicles that are parked fully in the on the walkway here, as opposed to being an offence. What this one's doing here, which is parked on the pavement or on the sidewalk, they call it. Parking in this area here would be parking in a no parking zone. So don't get confused as to why you get deduct points if you put a parking ticket on a vehicle for parking on the pavement when it's actually fully obstructing it. It would be a special parking zone. Where is it? No parking zone if it was parked fully on the pavement. In this case it is on the sidewalk, half on the sidewalk. So you can have a ticket. There we go. Lovely. Date. His insurance is invalid. Now there's been a bit of back and forth on this game that you can't seize vehicles or recover vehicles when they're uninsured. Tend to leave them when they're uninsured unless there's other offences. We're parked in the same direction because this is a one-way street. It's all valid there. Again, parking violations when you get further on in the game will not be one of the things you're going to concentrate on. But it's a good opportunity to get used to the game. 2022, June 2022, so you can see there the tags on that vehicle have expired, June 2022. So you can have a ticket, and the owner's got an open warrant as well, and they've got no insurance, so that'll be a nice one to ticket and get recovered. You can only ticket vehicles with a person with them for no insurance, so in this case it's going to be expired licence plate. And what you can do is, in addition to getting a tow truck, is if we're close to the police station, which we are, I mean it happens anywhere, but you can also request an officer comes and takes the vehicle away. Here we go, look. Comes Mia Torres.
For an officer to deal with the vehicle now.
There we go, and off she takes the vehicle away to the impound. When somebody tries to collect it, they can they get arrested for their open warrant.
Hey there, officer.
Hey there.
Go. You only get a couple of points, but the bottom line is it increases your points either way. Let's have a look and see if Hallmark's one of our points of interest. Don't think it is. Some of them might pop up. This one doesn't. And then we've looped all the way around. Police station's on the other side of that building line there. So at this point in the game you can equip the gun if you want to, but certainly if you did anything like a felony stop, which is where you point your gun at someone to get them to stop, he's going too fast, look at that. Far too fast. But we'd have to get a speed gun on that to be able to prove that it was speeding. A lot of these zones here, particularly this one, will be a 15-mile-an-hour speed limit. You can change the options on the game to change a lot of things on here, automated car repair, and you can... where is it? Change the violations for yourself, not committing speeding offences when you're going after things, but show current speed limit, there we go, so if I turn that on, okay, it would appear in the bottom right hand side of the screen normally. It may well be because I'm on walking mode, but it would appear bottom right of the screen, you know what the speed limit is. But if you're unsure, nice big speed limit sign there that shows you it's 15. A lot of these other areas here up ahead would be 25. That's probably a 15 there. Going alongside the park here, and you can see there that blue line is going to appear at the, or the yellow marker will appear past the next crosswalk. So we won't venture too far up there. Watch this traffic, because it doesn't always stop for you when you're on a crosswalk. You get run over, you shift to lane because you've been critically injured. I'd say that vehicle's far too close to that crosswalk there. And if you were to look at vehicles approaching, they're going to have a hard time seeing pedestrians as they're walking across the road. So less than a vehicle's length from the crosswalk, that's a violation. Plates, looks like it's in order. Let's just check it through. Yeah, so that can have a ticket for park too close to the crosswalk. Blue close to crosswalk, there we go, hopefully we shouldn't lose any points for that. Good, and also because it's far too close to the crosswalk.
I've got a car here
away.
that needs towing. Can you send a record to my current location?
Pretty much tow anything that's creating a risk to persons.
Tow truck will be sent to your location as soon as the route is clear.
I haven't worked out if there's any specific indication as to why you sometimes get blocked from recovering a vehicle directly, or whether it's just because I had a bit of realism there's not always a tow truck available. So in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter, you still get the points for taking the action. So our shift's nearly ending, we've probably got about another 5 real-time minutes to run. So I'll walk back, having done a loop, we're walking back towards the PD now. If we find any more violations, we'll deal with them just before the shift ends. Oh, it's got tinted windows, can't do anything about it walking, but without the driver. Hey? Yeah.
Hello to you too.
Oh, well done. So you can see there the red fire hydrant on the corner there. If there was a vehicle parked up alongside that, you can also ticket for that, and you can have the vehicle towed away because fire service wouldn't be able to get to a fire hydrant and put out fires. Waiting here until there's a gap in the traffic. Going to check those vehicles there. The other thing you can look out for, I mean, I wasn't paying too much attention to it, but keep scanning around. You'll occasionally see a pedestrian throw litter down. Their hand will come up and they'll chuck it down, and then you can go and stop them for littering. Blowing smoke out of his engine. He could be stopped and ticketed, but we haven't got the opportunity to stop vehicles on the street yet. Got a Burger Heaven over across the way there. We might just nip across the road and pick that up as a point of interest. Always nice to go for a burger when you've had a long shift. Record shop, which won't mark up. Not all the locations will come up as a point of interest. There's certain ones that repeat over the course of the game. We just had a marker indicating that our shift is over. So initially, if we were to do something now, we'd still get the points for it, but if you get a second reminder, generally that means that you won't start to get points for the activity you're conducting in the game. So that's it, a little whistle-stop tour of the initial part of the game. Options you can change depending on your preferences. Like I say, I turned off the menu option on here to show the casual settings are off anyway, but there we go. Show pedestrians asking for help, highlighting certain types of vehicles. There we go. Traffic violation detecting, telling what vehicles commit what offences. I prefer to spot them myself and take action, what I've seen. And there we are, so we'll walk back around to the police precinct, finish our shift, and we should probably get through the first 2 levels of the game, and it'll unlock a few options. So hopefully it's helped a few of you out if you're new to the game. It'll be posted up on YouTube from a live stream that we've done today. There we go, no deductions, we did well there. We got through the first start. Unlocks the reporting the speeders. That should unlock our radar gun, and it also unlocks a new neighbourhood as well.